Welcome back to Reflections with Emrys. Let's take a moment to see what each symbol has to offer today. Today's symbols are the bear, the rune, Jera, and the Om, Huath, also known as the hawthorn. The bear is a symbol of grounded strength, protection, and the wisdom of retreat. At its heart, bear medicine speaks to power that doesn't need to prove itself. It carries the calm authority of something ancient, steady, and deeply rooted in the body. The bear reminds us that strength can be soft, quiet, and patient, not always loud or forceful. It also carries the energy of the guardian, of boundaries, home, and what is sacred to you. And because the bear hibernates, it holds the wisdom of rest as a form of intelligence. In life, the bear often shows up when you are being asked to come back into your own space. It may arrive when you've been giving too much, stretching too thin, or letting your life be shaped by other people's urgency. It can also appear when you need to protect something tender, your time, your peace, your healing, your creative work. Sometimes bear is a sign to slow down and rebuild from the inside out, rather than pushing forward on sheer will. And sometimes it's a reminder that your presence alone is powerful enough, no performance required. Bear's reflection is this: when you stop chasing and return to your den, you remember what your strength is actually for: protection, restoration, and the quiet confidence of being whole. Jera is a rune of cycles, harvest, and the right time unfolding of things. Jera teaches that life moves in seasons, not straight lines. It carries the truth that effort becomes fruit, but rarely on our preferred schedule. This rune speaks of reciprocity. What you tend with sincerity will, in time, tend you back. It also holds the wisdom of pacing, knowing when to plant, when to wait, and when to gather. And it reminds you that progress isn't always visible. Sometimes it's happening underground, strengthening roots. In everyday life, Jera may appear when you're tempted to rush an outcome or doubt whether your work matters. It can be a sign that something is ripening, even if you can't see it yet. It may also point to repeating patterns, inviting you to notice what cycle you're in and what lesson keeps returning. Jera can bring reassurance that consistent, gentle effort is enough, and that timing is part of the magic. And it can encourage you to celebrate small harvests along the way, rather than postponing joy until everything is complete. Jera's reflection is this: you do not need to force the season to change, keep showing up with care, and the harvest will arrive when it's ready to be received. Huath, the hawthorn, is a symbol of thresholds, protection, and the fierce tenderness of the heart. Hawthorn carries the energy of the boundary line, the living hedge between what is yours and what is not. It is protective, even thorny, not out of cruelty, but out of devotion to what it shelters. Huath also has deep heart medicine. It speaks to love that is discerning, love that has standards, love that doesn't abandon itself. It holds the wisdom of the in-between place, doorways, transitions, moments where the old self is fading and the new self isn't fully formed yet. And it reminds us that sacred spaces often come with guardians. In life, Huath may show up when you're standing at a turning point. You may be leaving something familiar or approaching something you want, but feel hesitant to enter. It can also appear when you need stronger boundaries, especially emotional ones, so your heart stays open without being unprotected. Hawthorn can indicate that you're being asked to choose what you allow close and what must remain outside the gate. And it can be a quiet encouragement to trust your own discernment, even if others don't understand your no. Huath's reflection is this: your heart is not meant to be a wide-open field. It is a sacred garden, and you are allowed to choose what enters, what stays, and what must be kept at the threshold until trust is earned. When we look at these three symbols together, the bear, Jera, and Huath, a steady, protective theme rises to the surface. Grow what matters, but guard it well, and let it take its proper time. The bear brings grounded strength and restoration. Jera brings seasonal timing and earned harvest. Huath brings boundaries and heart-centered protection. Together, they suggest that something precious is developing in you: an intention, a healing, a relationship with yourself, a new chapter, but it needs both patience and protection. You are not being asked to push harder. You are being asked to pace yourself, stay consistent, and conserve your energy. This is a season of tending, not chasing. And as things ripen, you are invited to become more discerning about what influences you allow into your space while you grow. Bear encourages you to return to your center and restore your strength. Jera invites you to trust the timing and keep tending what you've planted. Huath reminds you to protect the threshold of your heart and your life as you transform. The mood these symbols suggest together is calm, firm, and quietly determined. It feels like a protected garden in early spring, still cool, still waiting, but undeniably alive beneath the surface. There is a lesson here about patience without passivity. You are allowed to rest and still be deeply devoted. There is also a lesson about boundaries as love. What you protect is what you truly value. And there is a reassurance that the harvest you want is not lost, it's simply maturing at the pace that makes it real. Today's reflection is this: tend what matters with steady care, protect your heart's threshold, and trust that what is meant for you will ripen in its proper season. Thank you for joining me. I'll meet you in the next reflection.